Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aquarius for the week of April 4th. Now Aquarius, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Aquarius, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that's not me. That's someone impersonating me. Do not get scammed. I also do content on my Instagram. So if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. Let's see what we have here for you. Now, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. And if you do hit the subscribe button, you'll get weekly, monthly, and bonus content from me. So let me make sure everything is in view here. Really love these 5 cards for you, Aquarius. Some of the readings have been challenging this week, so I like to see how you're starting this week off starting this reading off. We are also going to take 5 cards. Oops, sorry for bumping the camera. 3 cards to clarify from the Kipper Oracle deck. Okay, words. Let's get my words together here and let's dive right into it. So, some of you are getting lucky here around a career opportunity, especially if you're an Aquarius that has been putting in resumes, you've been dusting off your resume, you've been putting in applications. Some of you are having perfect alignment in those areas. That is certainly the case. The 6 of Cups card, it came out when I was shuffling. And so there may be something from the past recently that's been brought in for review. This could have been an ex relationship. Some of you could have reconciled with an ex. I'm not saying this is happening in the future. I'm saying this may have already happened for some. Let's just go ahead and dive into this right away. So in the middle, you have the Sun card. For me, the Sun is the best card to find in the tarot. Okay, this is about total happiness in your life. The Sun can bring about abundance, victory, success, happiness. It also will augment the positive aspects of the cards around it and negate the negative aspects of the cards around it. And so when you get this, it's really like the ultimate energy to find for me. Plus, it's like the power of the Sun wrapped up into one tarot card. Here it is. Interestingly enough, the Sun is also a card of truth. And so if there's anything that is untrue in your life, the Sun will expose that. Okay, the ray of the Sun will expose anything that is not right or untruthful. Regardless, you can expect something good to happen when the Sun's energy is present on the board, and you have it in your overall energy. Okay, so this energy of the Sun is spilling into the past and into the future, and as we go up the pyramid, which we always go up and clarify these first 5 cards with more cards. Okay, so I love to see that for you. Now, in the past, you do have this Ace of Cups with the 6 of Cups. Like, just simply put, this is a clear reconciliation with somebody from the past. If you're here for love, that is that's just the blunt sort of answer, okay? Or I don't even know what word I'm trying to find. I'm really having a hard time searching for words right now. But that's just kind of the obvious. That's the obvious answer. Here's the thing though, remember with the Sun's influence, what I do like to see here, like I'm not somebody who usually says get back with an ex. That's just like not my way of reading, but you know, that's not always the case for everybody. Some people do successfully get back with their exes. And with the Sun's influence here, if there was something that was untruthful about this person, that you can be sure that was exposed here with the Sun's energy. So it's almost like there's a clean bill of health between you and this other person, almost, if you're here for relationships. Now, just to be clear, if this person is like not, like, if this person is like not good for you, or if you just feel like they are not good for you, or you feel a certain way about this person, then this recommendation is not to get back together with them. Okay, so just take it for what it is. But if you are not here for love, something you've always wanted to do is potentially coming in for you, or has potentially already come in. 6 of Cups is anything from the past. The Ace of Cups is something that's starting new, some sort of new happy beginning in your life. And so this is something that you've always wanted to do in your life here, coming forward. So I definitely love to see that for you. Let's go ahead and dive into what that might be here. In the future, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Wands. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is a card that indicates you, this is a card of your destiny. Okay, this is the wheel spinning, the wheel of your destiny spinning. This says that in the future, you can expect a big change to come into your life. This change is typically good. This change is typically something that you want to see. And there's a little bit of, there's an element of luck, there's an element of fate wrapped into this destiny. Okay, it's a Jupiter energy. And what I would like to say is that with the Wheel of Fortune, this card is, it says that conditions are favorable to change something in your life for the better. But you have to do it because the wheel keeps spinning. All right, the conditions that you have right now will not be there forever. The wheel will keep spinning. And so will you take advantage? The example I always like to give is the train's coming into the station. Will you hop on this train or will you stay in the station? And so it's one of those things where the train of your destiny has arrived here. And this may be around this Page of Wands energy. Page of Wands is some type of offer that comes in. This could seemingly come out of nowhere because this can represent an offer from the universe. This can represent a synchronicity. This can represent a download of information. And so it's almost like, this offer this is typically a work offer. This is typically a job offer. This is typically something relating to your business or work because Wands is the suit of work, but this could also represent a flame, right? Like if you find somebody that you and this other person, you're extremely attracted to each other quickly. That can also be Page of Wands energy, especially as you have the Wheel of Fortune. This is perfect alignment, either between you and an opportunity in career or you and a person. So I love this energy for you. And again, what I love is the sun's influence here is ensuring that there's nothing shady between you and this person or between you and this opportunity. Everything is out in the open with the sun. So let's go ahead and move up the pyramid here. So you have the Three of Wands, you have the King of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the King of Swords. All right, so definitely also like to see this. So King energy, just a friendly reminder, you can take on the aspects of any of these cards. It does not matter what gender you are. These are just feminine and masculine energies. It's very important that you try not to attach gender to these readings. And in the past here, you have this with the Three of Wands and the King of Wands. I love this for you a lot because the Three of Wands represents growth and expansion on the horizon. This is taking something to the next level. This is getting fired up. This is getting that faraway look in your eyes. This is realizing you have the entire world in front of you. And you have it here with the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of expansion as well. And so you are expanding something in your life. There is expansion happening here very clearly. For many of you, I don't know if this is a job or if this is a business that you're starting, because the King of Wands is the classic entrepreneur in the tarot. This is somebody who is able to always support themselves with their passions and their talents and their interests because they have some type of talent, right? And so they're always able to use those qualities about themselves to have a job or to start a business in those areas. Same with the King of Wands. Same is true is if you work for somebody, the King of Wands really only works for an organization or a person that they align with. They don't stay in a dead-end job. Okay, the King of Wands does not stay in a dead-end job at all. And so all good things here. Now you do have this Page of Swords, King of Swords, two court cards in the Swords suit. The Page of Swords may say that there's some sort of news of delay or disappointing news in the future here, as you have it with as you have it in the future. However, look, one card never makes a reading, and I don't see disappointments. The sun also would negate that negative meaning of the card. And so what I feel like actually is going on here is the Page of Swords can say that you're a big idea person. You may have so many ideas. You may have you may have a unique way, maybe even of communicating something. You may even be quick on your feet. You may be somebody who's highly intellectual as well. And it's almost like this is well aspected for anything like that, well aspected for anything communication-wise as well, because you have this King of Swords too. Swords is the suit of communication. King of Swords is somebody who's a subject matter expert. This could also be somebody who maybe helps you get something from point A to point B. You may be meeting with a lawyer, you may be meeting with like a business lawyer, you may be meeting with like a accountant or something like that, somebody who can help you in your business in some way. I do feel like pretty good business energy here. Now, if you are here in that love context, because I didn't really touch on that, this is probably someone who, this person could be a little bit older than you, but they could also be a fire sign or an air sign. Let's see what we have here. So you do have this false person card. I'm not concerned about it. Reason being, Aquarius, is you have this sun card here, which again, that's going to expose any false people in your life. And so it could mean that just things have changed for this person. Adjudication, similar energy to the King of Swords. King of Swords is like a Libra. King of Wands is like probably a Sagittarius, but it could be any fire sign. But the adjudication energy here says that there will be a just outcome for you. And the Distant Horizons card is amazing. This is saying that there are good times ahead for you. Whatever it is that you want could be coming in. It may take, interestingly enough, the timing on this could be 3 to 6 months in the future. But don't get hung up on timing, because timing is extremely hard to wrap down in these collective readings. But it does say that there's some sort of good situation happening in the distance. So let's move up the pyramid here. So you have the Seven of Cups. You have the Knight of Swords, and you have the King of Pentacles. So we have a ton of king energy here, I have to say. 3 kings showing up. Am I right? Yeah, 3 kings. Yeah. So, yeah, what I love here about this King of Pentacles is just take a look at this this symbolism, right? Aquarius, they're like surrounded by all of these different resources, all of these different lush greenery. There's a castle in the background. The castle is actually significant because castles in the tarot represent rewards. And you know, presumably this person lives in the castle because the King of Pentacles is somebody who is well-to-do. Okay, all of these resources here, the pentacle in their hand, the clothing that they're wearing. In fact, you can see the fruit here. Fruit in the tarot may represent that you are able to sustain yourself or sustainability, anything like that, independence, having everything you need and more. And so there's a ton of abundance here on this card. And it's sort of like for you, you know, this is available in the future. This castle is available for you in the future. And this could come in, you know, there could be, it's almost like there's a stroke of luck here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Wands. Conditions are favorable for something big to enter into your life. It's just a matter of, you know, will you hop on the train and see what happens, see where it takes you. You have this Seven of Cups. In the past, you've had a lot of options, probably in love, probably in career, probably in business. You've had a lot of options, okay? You've been able to take a number of different paths. I think you've chosen the castle, right? I think you've chosen the castle here. Taking a look at all these different cups, you've decided to go with the castle, or you will be in the future. You also here have this Knight of Swords in the middle, which really does warn you to not be impulsive. I would also just warn to be careful of speculation. If you're somebody, again, I can't give you financial advice. This is not financial advice, but with the Seven of Cups, I always do warn against, I do warn about financial speculation, like gambling in the stock market, gambling in crypto. And I would say doubly here because you have the Knight of Swords as well, which represents impulsivity in a negative way. In a positive way, the Knight of Swords says seize the day, take advantage and take action of opportunities. And you know, that would sync up here with this Wheel of Fortune energy that we've been picking up on. So I would just say something to consider there. Let's move up the pyramid. So you have the Strength card, the Knight of Cups. So we now have some Knight energy here as well. 2 or more Knights for me in a reading does say that you will have a busy period of time in your life. And so I definitely see that coming forward. Now, again, going back to this love reading, which we have not picked up on in a second here, but you know, you will be connecting with this person again. I do feel like if you're here and you've clicked on this and you're about reconciliation, and that's something that you're about right now, you know, this could certainly be pretty favorable for you. You have this Strength energy as well. That's about willpower. That's about having courage. It's about being, overcoming some type of internal obstacle in your life and going for something, right? Going for something courageously, really attacking it and going after it and not playing small, okay? Going big at this time, going big. What do we have at the top of the pyramid? We have the world. Wow. Why did I know that was coming in? The world is, look, since I've been doing these pyramid spreads, to get the world at the top of the pyramid for me is always an amazing sign, because the world card represents you being at the top of the world, right? It represents you having gone through a major cycle, all the way from the Fool, number 0, through the major arcana, and now at the top of the world. So you will complete something out here, Aquarius. There will be a cycle ending, and this will bring a big reward. The world does bring a big reward. It brings a Saturnian reward, because Saturn, which is associated with the world, rewards you for doing the hard work. What do we have on the bottom? You have wow, you have the 8 of Pentacles. Many of you are going to go into a period of dedication. Dedicating yourself to a business, dedicating yourself to a new career opportunity. I think for many of you, it's about a business, but some of you may also be building commitment in a relationship with somebody as well. So this is amazing. One of the better readings I've done this week. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading.